I agree with Rich that it's not something to rush into, especially for younger men. It's also not a cure-all. You still have to eat right and train right. It's a game changer. Yeah, that's an incredibly important point. Again, eating right, training right. Like a lot of guys will just go on TRT and they don't work out. They don't move. They don't walk more. They don't eat well. They don't sleep properly. You're not going to see much of an improvement, if any. If anything, if you live a sedentary lifestyle of sitting on the couch eating a bag of Doritos, watching sports every night, you're not, like, it's probably pointless. Like, you might as well just stay off it, right? So doing all the ancillaries that sort of like come with that, the lifestyle choice of being healthy is really, really important. Another guy over here, 60, says 60 on TRT, 150 mgs every 7 days. Now, that's not a very good protocol. 150 mgs every 7 days, that's one injection per week. So what he's probably using, I have my syringes over here. So what he's probably doing is he's probably using a harpoon like this. Okay, let's see if we can focus like this. And on this syringe, it's half the syringe. So he's injecting about half the syringe of oil, probably into his ass cheeks. So this is the cookie cutter deal that most clinics do. It's like shove one dose in, a big giant bolus dose in your ass every Sunday night at 8 p.m. or something like that, and you're good. That's not a good protocol, right? And this is what I do. I'll fill one of these, right? But then I'll backfill an insulin syringe. Okay, this is one that I used this morning. So the benefit of that is, one, you have a very sharp needle going in, because I'm not putting the needle into a rubber stopper, blunting it, drawing, which would take forever with a 30 gauge. I'm backfilling it, right? So I just squeeze with this one into the back of this needle, and I backfill it with a very low dose. And I do it maybe every day, sometimes every other day if I get lazy, but usually every day. And it's a microdose, right? So let's say your weekly dose is 150 milligrams. Instead of shoving a big bolus dose into your ass once a week, and then it's like usually within about 20 to 30 hours after the injection, you get this peak fucking just like massive fucking spike in your T levels. And then throughout the rest of the week, it just sort of like goes down. So by the time you get, like, if you're doing it on Sunday, by the time you get to like Saturday, you're below suboptimal. So what's the point of that? That's fucking stupid. That's not how your body makes testosterone, right? Like when your body does it, it's a daily release, right? Most guys, when they're healthy, will do a daily release of about 20 milligrams, right? So why not mimic that pattern, right? Like, why do a big fucking bolus dose, shove it all in there, and then do that once a week just because that's easy way to do it? Like, it's not. It sucks. Like, that's a big needle. Like, this is 22 gauge needle, right? Most guys will do 22 to 24 gauge and a big bolus dose. You have to shove it in deep. It's a long needle. It's a pain in the ass versus this tiny little thing. It's not even going to focus, but it's fucking tiny. This is a 5/8 needle. It's tiny. And you just put it in some belly fat. Very simple. Little, that's it. Squirt it in, you're done. It takes less than half the time it takes me to brush my teeth to do this daily. It's not a big deal, right? So, so for this guy over here, this says, I'm on 60 and do 150 every 7 days. Feel amazing, improves wellness, noticeable positive cognitive emotional differences, thinking is clear, I'm more motivated and optimistic. I guarantee he would feel better with microdoses daily. Absolutely. Physically, I've competed in bodybuilding between 198 and 220 when I was younger. Today, bodybuilding, training, fitness is a lifestyle. I keep my weight at 178. No more heavy lifting, trying to get big. People regularly say I look 40s. If you decide to use TRT, be safe, have your blood work done, and be monitored by a physician. Great video. So good comment, but misses the point of the optimization of the protocol, right? This is how most clinics, most cookie cutters, most franchises, most fucking people that just don't give a shit about running you an optimal level, just shove this in your ass once a week and you'll be fine. And it works great for this guy, but it would actually work better doing it the way that your body pumps it out naturally, smaller doses daily, right? And when you do smaller doses daily, instead of getting that massive peak 20 to 30 hours after the injection, and then you have a massive fucking peak in estrogen, because a lot of that will convert to estrogen, because that's what testosterone does in your body. That's how your body makes estrogen, by the way. It converts testosterone to estrogen. So when you have a massive fucking spike in it, your body's going, oh, we got a lot of T. We got to convert some of that into E. And then you'll end up with problems like bitch tits, tender nipples. You might even have like bad sex drive or low sex drive because your estrogen goes too high. Estrogen is another important hormone to Ben as well too, right? Like it's neuroprotective. It's good for your brain. It's good for your heart. It's cardioprotective. You need a certain amount of it to have strong libido, but if it's too high, you have problems. If it's too low, you're also going to have problems, right? So again, I'm glad it seems like it's working for this guy, but I guarantee you could dial it in a lot better than that. This guy Tom here says things might be a little different in the USA. Doctor put test for testosterone in my 6-month labs, and I found I'm low. She said I don't feel comfortable with TRT because they're scared, right? I'll send you to an endocrinologist. I don't prescribe TRT. Go back to your doctor for Viagra. About 90% of doctors here are female feminists. Sound familiar? So it's like most doctors, like most family doctors, won't prescribe TRT. They'll just say, oh, you're fine. You're in the normal ranges or whatever. And like the normal range can be like 180 to 1,000. And if you're coming in at like 210, of course she's going to be, oh, you're fine. You're in the normal range. The government tables say you're at the bottom of the range, but you're in the normal range. So why would I do something like that? Why would I risk my medical license prescribing something that's a category whatever drug, because you want to feel better, as you get older, sort of thing. So most of them won't do it. And then when you find an endocrinologist or you find one of these clinics or a telehealth or a fucking franchise, it's the same cookie cutter bullshit. Shove in 150 milligrams once a week, and that's it, right? And that doesn't get you out. Or take a whole bunch of Viagra or something like, oh, your dick's not working, take some Viagra, sort of thing, right? It's like there's things you got to dial in, right? There's a lot. Again, 73 lines are run on my blood labs. If you guys want to see the full detail, like I've talked about the school of unplugging. Do I have where's the damn link? Here it is. I've talked about the school of unplugging before. You'll see it in these podcasts. We mentioned it over and over again. There's 45 plus hours now of content, and I'm adding more content. There's some new content that I'm shoving in there on building a YouTube channel and broadcasting yourself and all that sort of stuff. You can see it here below. If you go to the school of unplugging, there's about a 90-minute video where I go through every single line of my blood labs, explaining the importance, the significance, why they matter, how to get them to run it, all that sort of stuff, because I've been through it all, right? So I'm not going to explain it here in this video. There's too much to go down through and explain, but that's the depth and breadth of the stuff that I've got in the school of unplugging. So it's not a vast fortune. It's going to cost you money, but get in and join in on that and make sure you enjoy the benefits of all these things, right? All right, guys, I really hope that you enjoyed that clip. If you want to check out the full-length podcast episode, you can find that right over here. Also, make sure you visit my website over here where you'll find my supplements, the opportunity to book me privately one-on-one for coaching, and most importantly, my new School of Unplugging, which you'll find on the courses tab. Newer to the channel, hit subscribe.